third thing you need to know. It is time for Wemby to give us an encore. Game 2 of the Spurs Thunder West Final is tonight. Victor Wembanyama had 41 points and 24 rebounds in a thrilling double overtime win in Game 1. MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was held to 2 points across both overtimes. Our reporter Michael C. Wright is in Oklahoma City for Game 2. Michael, what's the most important thing we need to know about the Spurs tonight?
Well, Jay, the most important thing we need to know, we don't know yet, okay? We're trying to see if De'Aaron Fox will be available for Game 2. He's got a sprained right ankle, and he's officially listed as questionable. Now, in Game 1, he said he wanted to spend all day testing that thing, and he even did his pregame warm-up early just to sort of be on the safe side. Well, he wasn't able to play, and so he was at the shoot-around this morning, and we still don't have an update on him. But I'll tell you, if De'Aaron Fox can't go, their guards are going to be under a lot of pressure. Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper had to start in Game 1, and Stephon Castle, he committed 11 turnovers. And Stephon Castle said that fatigue was definitely an issue there. Now, the Spurs did try to help those guys by running a bunch of ball screens. They actually ran like 100 ball screens to sort of alleviate that ball pressure, but obviously that did not work. Okay, the second thing you need to know, the San Antonio Spurs, they come to this arena tonight, they are not looking to get a split. I talked to Keldon Johnson after Game 1, and he said, look, we respect Oklahoma City, but we didn't come here to get a split before we go back to San Antonio. We are here to win this thing. So the San Antonio Spurs are confident even if they don't have De'Aaron Fox tonight.
Yeah, looking to take a 2-0 lead. The Thunder, by the way, have played 32 straight postseason games without losing back-to-back games. We'll see if they get to 33. Michael C. Wright, thank you, sir. Number 4 on our starting 5 is the talk of the sports world. The Knicks overcoming a 22-point deficit in the final 8 minutes of Game 1 of the East Final and beat the Cavs in overtime. Up 22. Cleveland had a 99.9% chance to win, but Jalen Brunson scored 11 straight points going at James Harden to spark the rally. And Brunson talked about it today.
I think a lot of people, when they watch film after a loss, you learn a lot. I think you can still learn from a win as well. Obviously, you're very thankful that you got the win, but there's clearly things that we need to work on to be better and not be in the position we were in. And so it's definitely a lot you can learn, always.
We didn't execute well throughout the course of the game, and we have to do a better job of it. And we tried to clean a lot of it up today, and hopefully it'll translate to the game tomorrow because, I feel like everybody we have on the floor is dynamic. Our offense has been dynamic, and we don't want to lose sight of that.
Entering last night, NBA teams were a perfect 663-0 when leading by at least 20 points over the final 7 minutes of the game. With Cleveland losing, that is now 663-1. The Cavs are now 28-2 this season when leading by double digits entering the fourth quarter, with both losses coming at MSG. Jamal Collier has more.
Well, Jay, Cavs coach Kenny Atkinson said in the playoffs, you walk the line between misery and awesomeness. And fortunately, or maybe unfortunately for this Cavs team, they've had a lot of experience in this postseason responding to some miserable losses. And that's why even though Atkinson said Jalen Brunson hit some tough shots, he reinforced his belief in James Harden, telling Harden during the team's practice and film session today, this team would have lost in the first round without you. He wanted Harden to keep being himself.
The Cavs were getting comfy with a 22-point lead late, but Jalen Brunson and the Knicks didn't get the game over memo. Quick 18-1 Knicks run left Cleveland gassed and out of answers. And afterward, there was plenty of blame to go around. But how much of the Cavs' collapse was on Kenny Atkinson and the coaching? That is our take 2.
The egregious part of the evening was with Coach Kenny Atkinson for a bevy of errors he made.
100%. Atkinson had a horrific, and I love Kenny Atkinson, but he had an horrific game.
The last 15 minutes of the game feel like coaching malpractice.
You have to slow momentum. You don't go 18-1 with 4 timeouts initially, and you're going to lose 2 of them in 3 minutes.
It made no sense whatsoever. You talk about holding on to timeouts. What are you talking about?
It's not all about the timeout. It's about what you're doing to keep your team from falling flat.
Coaches talk all the time about putting their players in the best position possible. He didn't do any of that.
Strus and Merrill are out of that game a lot in the last 7 minutes.
You talk about somebody stepping on a basketball court and busting your living ass. That's what happened to James Harden.
You've got to get him away from Jalen Brunson. Didn't do that.
Put Strus in there to guard him. Strus has got a little competitiveness. He's got some size.
No coach has ever trusted James Harden defensively like that. Because there's no reason to do it.
He's had good moments, but nobody has ever looked at him that way.
The Knicks literally ran the same play about 9 consecutive times, and Brunson scored on 8 of them.
I don't know if James Harden's going to recover from this.
You don't recover from these kind of losses in sports, and they will not recover. That's what I would say.
NBA analyst Danny Green with me now. Danny, you heard all the takes. So how much of this Cavs collapse is from coaching or something else?
I'd say about 60 to 70% of it, but I said that you can't just put the blame on one party or one person. I think the coaching staff had a lot to do with it. I think James Harden had a good amount to do with it. I think Donovan Mitchell. This was a leadership issue, and none of those guys stepped up to show some leadership with this group. And they have plenty of times to close it out, change defensive principles or philosophies, get a set run. The offense got stagnant. I don't know if Donovan Mitchell was hurt or not. He was hobbling a little bit. He also was deferring to James in the fourth quarter and overtime where he didn't look to score. So there was an onus on a good amount of different guys. And hopefully they can bounce back and do what they did against Detroit. But that is a demoralizing type of game to lose and could dictate and change the whole series to where you may not have a chance anymore.
Indeed, for sure. Everything you just said. All right, Danny, you hang tight. I'll be right back, and I'm going to bring a friend back with us. Let's move to tonight's game. Not only did Wemby go off for 41 points in Game 1, OKC once again had a tough time against the unanimous Defensive Player of the Year. The Thunder scoring just 4 points on 20% shooting with Wemby as the primary defender. The Thunder as a whole struggled against the Spurs starting five, shooting a combined 12 for 48 against San Antonio starters on Monday. All right, Tim McMahon reporting live from OKC joining us now. Tim, what's been the Thunder's focus over the last 48 hours heading into Game 2?
Howdy, Jay. There's been a lot of time, a lot of energy invested in trying to figure out ways to attack Victor Wembanyama. And you just saw the graphic. 2 of 10 with him as the primary defender, only 10 shots. That means there were a lot of reconsiderations. You go in there, you see Wemby, and you keep on either dribbling through or put it in reverse. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, look, you got to be smart, you got to be patient, but you also need to be aggressive. You cannot be timid when you're attacking Victor Wembanyama. Now, Mark Daigneault, the Thunder head coach, said there are a lot of solutions, but the margins for error are really thin against this team and against the most dominant defensive force in the NBA. They've got to get SGA going. They've also got to get Chet Holmgren going. He was a complete non-factor offensively, 8 points, only 7 field goal attempts. They will scheme ways for SGA. They need Chet to get his stuff within the flow of offense. They figure if they are attacking better, as Daigneault said, downstream, Chet will get involved. He'll get more shots. He'll get more production. But it is quite literally a massive challenge with Wembanyama controlling the paint.
All right, let's bring Danny back in. Danny, should OKC be more focused on generating offense against Wemby or playing better defense on him?
I don't disagree with Tim, but I'm thinking playing better defense. You got to keep him away from the basket. He's getting too many offensive rebounds. He's getting too many easy baskets, dunks. He only took 2 threes. And the times that teams beat the San Antonio Spurs, they forced him to play on the perimeter. They forced him to play outside the paint. When he's in the paint, he's too unstoppable. He's dangerous. So you got to find a way to keep him away from the basket, double him some, get up under him, change coverages. You can't just have the smalls guard him the whole game. Chet can guard him some. Isaiah Hartenstein's another big man you have over there. J-Dub can. So mix it up. But you got to find ways to keep him away from the basket because 40 points from him opens up the floor for everybody else, and that's hard to survive that.
Okay, DraftKings says the Thunder are 7.5-point home favorites to even up the series. Danny, Tim, thank you both. Appreciate you.